Okay. Good morning, everybody. Hannah, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning. Happy Friday.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on a second. Because I don't want it to echo. Dark screen is better. Yeah, I don't know why. I got that random urge to change everything. Happens like every 2 years. I don't know if I like this, to be honest. I don't. Turbo, go lay down, man. Jesus Christ. Alright. There's no echo, right? Anybody? Can you say something, Hannah?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. There's no echo, right? For everybody listening?
It sounds good on my end.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Alrighty, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Hannah. We are going to go over the market together. Hannah was kind enough to join us, so everybody say thank you to Hannah. We were able to convince her to hop on live with us. Um, First things first here. Today is OPEX. That's number one. Number two, there is data 10 a.m., which is consumer sentiment. I'm not gonna pull up the thing because it's only one release, which is consumer sentiment. Um, Outside of that, Hannah, what are you watching today? You can go first if you want, or if you want me to go first, it's completely up to you. Say ladies first, so
All
we'll let
right.
you rock out.
Yeah, let me go ahead and share my screen really quick. Um, oh, I sent the request. So I'm just gonna go over Spy and QQQ with you guys, and obviously, that's mainly what I watch. And then I have a couple names and setups. It is OPEX, and I know I texted you earlier, Fel. Normally I don't trade, but just for you guys, I'll see what we can catch today. Let me see. Just bear with me. I'm not at my normal setup, so just let me know if you guys can see this. All right, can everybody see this? Yes, yes. Okay, perfect. All right, so for SPY, obviously yesterday, insane pump. We're getting a little overextended in my opinion. Just on the hourly here, I saw that we're forming this wedge. So I want to just be mindful of these previous highs that we made and make sure we maintain structure if we're going to make any new highs today. But I just want to watch these previous highs and just kind of see how we hold structure. If we range and just kind of chop around, I'm not really interested in it. But obviously, I think if we get one more push to kind of retest the top of this wedge, I would not exactly be interested in timing a short, but just like I want to see if we can get a pullback to retest and either like the 628, 627. Obviously, if those fail, we'll be watching that previous 625, and then below that, we don't have anything. And so the bottom of what was this, just Wednesday's wick. So that's what I'm watching on SPY. Let's see here. Oh, let me see. You guys can still see, right? Belly's still there.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Sorry, I'm on a computer. I'm on a TV screen, so I'm gonna keep clicking back and forth. So similar setup for me on QQQ, just kind of like grinding higher slowly. I saw pre-market here. We are starting to feel the bottom of this trend line. So again, I want to watch this 561 on QQQ and make sure it maintains. It was previous all-time highs, came back yesterday, retested and pushed higher. So as long as we maintain 561, I feel like, we can expect to at least range or push, make that last push higher. If 561 fails for me, I'm watching this 558 and then 555. Um, Pretty simple. I think mostly I want to watch and see what the individuals are doing to kind of support either move to for a grind higher or a retest. Apple, I'm just kind of watching it. It's just been nasty consolidation for the last few sessions. This 210 is a magnet, but I want to kind of watch these levels for a breakout, either below this 207 or above this 212, 213. We have room to 216, and then the top of this gap fill is all the way like 221. So it's not a main watch because Apple, like I said, it's just been consolidating, but I think if not by Monday, the next few sessions we'll get some sort of breakout either way. Or I don't know, we continue to just kind of stick to this 210. But this is a side watch for me. Let's see, Meta. Meta, I've just been watching. It's just been insanely weak, even with the market pushing higher. You can see we've had like higher lows, or sorry, higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. Made a new low yesterday at 697, so that's what I'm watching today. If we can't reclaim the 6 or 705 and then 710, I want to watch for a push to new lows. I don't have anything until this 678 here. So if we can make a new low on Meta, if we get weak somehow, I'll be watching that since it's been really weak against the market. If we do happen to reclaim 705, I'm going to watch the 710. If we reclaim 710, then obviously the sentiment has shifted a little bit for me. I'm not going to be interested in shorts as we could continue to reclaim these structure points. But yeah, that's what I'm watching on Meta. And then Tesla, I expect at some point we'll break out of this little pennant here. We failed at 320 yesterday, but found support at 317. So if we can fail 317 again, I don't really have anything until 308. But really for me, if we want to go long, we need to reclaim this 326, and then there's room to 329, 331. Obviously above 331, that would be the bigger move. But that's a little ways away right now. I just kind of want to see what we do in this consolidation here, and see if, I don't know, we either maintain this 317 or finally get this breakout. Not going to try to predict it or anything, but that's what I'm watching. I'm going to turn it back over to Fel, and he can give you guys his overview of the market.
Awesome. Thank you, Hannah. Pretty much watching the same thing for the most part. Today is OPEX, so I'm not super eager to trade, but we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. Let me share my screen. I don't know how I feel about this white background. I hate white backgrounds, but yesterday something just got into me. I was let me see. Alright, there we go. It should be good. Everybody can see. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. Are we good? Everybody can see? Everybody can see. Awesome. Cool. Alrighty. So first things first, SPY. Yeah. It's not much to really say. It's pretty much the same chart as yesterday. 628 was those previous all-time highs, which we're holding above this morning. So that's my whole mindset today, is two things here. One, let me change this color real quick. One, if we can continue to retain the 628 level, obviously that's the bullish scenario, right? If we continue to build above 628, it's very likely that we're going to trade higher. So obviously we can use that as a reference for longs. But my top watch today is if we can get back below it, right? If we can get back below it, trap everybody who went long yesterday, I do think we can see some significant downside on OPEX, at least down into 625, potentially even back down into these lows. And obviously that's a what-if scenario. Right now, what is actually happening is we're holding 628. So that's the way we need to carry ourselves in the open, is this 628 level is still being held as demand. So that's the big level today to focus on SPY. 628, we're above it. It's fairly bullish. If we lose it, that is the short scenario, back down into 625 and then 618. QQQ. Much stronger chart here, as you guys can see. Pretty much tested the bottom of the range. What was that on Wednesday? And instantly went back to the top of the range, broke all-time highs yesterday's session. This is a very strong chart, right? I mean, if you go look at the weekly, this is what we discussed on Sunday, right? This is exactly what we talked about on Sunday, where we had that 3-bar in play. We had the first, second, third was above that previous week's high. And it's the same chart across the board, right? If you look at SPY, same exact setup. We had the breakout. We had the pause bar, which was last week, and then we had the breakout today. This is a bullish continuation pattern, which is, why we're seeing that bullish continuation. From a standpoint of, hey, what would make me trade QQQ? One is those previous highs, right? We have these previous highs here at 560, essentially the same level we went long from yesterday. So if we can get that pullback off the open, 560, I want to watch this area for a hold to go long back into that pre-market high, ultimately new all-time highs. That's the ultimate bullish setup on the day. 560, 560.5. If we get that pullback, That's where we can watch for that long position for a move back into that pre-market high, which would be about 562.80. Now, if we just continue ripping, right? We just blow the top off the open. I mean, sure, we can play the chase game and how high can you go, but obviously I'm not super interested in that. I would much rather get a nice pullback to define our risk a lot better and get a better setup in general. Yeah, I don't know how is it on your guys' end? The white chart is not easy to see. If so, I'm gonna do this real quick. If the other chart is easier to see, we'll go ahead and do that real quick. So that'll be easier for you guys. Here we go. Obviously, my levels are still gonna be black, but we'll still go through it. That's better? Perfect. All right, we'll use this. Continue, and then I don't like the white either. That was hurting my eyes. NQ. Obviously, it's gonna be hard to see my levels right now, but this chart is beautiful, right? It's a totally different chart than Q's, obviously, because we have a lot more data here. But we essentially just came down, tested that demand, we held, and yesterday we ripped, right? Caught majority of this move yesterday with you guys. So the game plan today is taking the same trade we took yesterday, except as a retest, right? So what we're looking for is a pullback, this 23,200 area, get that nice retest of 23,200. That is our long position, right? That is our main setup today for a move back into these all-time highs at 23,300. If we break this 23,309, this is where we can look for that break and retest for a move higher into that 23,400 and just use those psychological levels on the way back up. Now, as always, like to be prepared. So if we do get weak, right, and lose this 23,200, that would then be that short scenario creeping in back down into this 23,100. So 23,200 here on NQ is the major level for today's session. So make sure you guys keep an eye on that. And again, we talked about this on Sunday. It's one of my favorite continuation setups to trade. Nice 3-bar play where you have the breakout, you have the inside bar, and then you have the continuation. It's textbook, clean, classic, and it applies on every time frame. Weekly, daily, hourly, intraday time frame in terms of a breakout. They're all great, right? ES here, same setup, same structure essentially, right? Got that nice rally, got the base, broke the top of the base yesterday. Pre-market here, I mean, what are we seeing? We're just seeing a classic break and retest. Previous all-time highs, resistance turned support. You have that resistance, which is now support, and we're flagging right back into it. This is bullish as can be, right? This is bullish as can be. So going into the market open today, level to watch here is this 63.40, right? We got a beautiful bull flag here. If we can hold this 63.40, that's our long, right? That's our long back into these highs here, ultimately targeting new all-time highs. I think we can get back up into that 6,400 if the market does decide to squeeze today. Downside scenario, I mean, it's just as simple, right? We have these previous all-time highs, 63.40. If we fail, start to build back below 63.40, that would be the short criteria, right? Targeting yesterday's lows around 6,300. That simple. Short and sweet today. 63.40 is the level. YM, don't really love much here. RTY, this was, pretty much the trade of the day yesterday. But today we're just now back at those daily highs. So I'm not super fond of this chart at all. I'm going to continue to focus on QQQ and SPY. Silver, swing is absolutely cooking. Honestly, should have added yesterday. That's my one regret, is not adding to this. That was a beautiful, beautiful retest. We got the bullish engulfing close. Should have added yesterday, but it's all good. We should be up nice this morning. So we'll look to take a trim. I don't want to swing too much over the weekend. But this is a beautiful chart, right? We enter our long position down here. I would have liked to add it here, but it's all good. We got that reclaim of structure here. So now we can trail our stop below this higher low and look for that move back into these highs at about 39.5, 40. So silver swing still intact. Looks very good. Gold held that major trend line. As you guys can see, this has been probably the strongest trend line I've ever seen in my life. We've held this countless occasions. Continued to hold it yesterday. This is bullish, right? Long as we're holding this trend line, this is you can't be bearish here, right? We got this little downward trend line forming here. This wedge is going to break eventually, and when this wedge breaks, it's going to be the trade of a century. Whether it's up or whether it's down, doesn't matter. This can be a massive break. But in terms of today's session, I mean, we're coming off that demand, so that's first things first. We held that demand, we got that higher low, and we're starting to trade higher here. So if you want to trade gold, I would look for either a move above 33.90, or you can look for the failure of 33.90. Based off the context here, I would say longs look best because we just bounced off of that macro demand. Outside of that, Meta, pretty much same thing as we've been watching all week. Same thing as Hannah's watching. 710 is the level here. Long as we're below 710, this is a bearish chart, right? Below 710, we can use as a reference for a short. Look for that retest. Or if we can get below this 700 level from yesterday's session, which we attempted multiple times but didn't succeed. So today, if we do get that break and hold below 700, that is the top short watch. Because again, we have nothing but room down into the 680. If you guys look over here, there is no support whatsoever until down into that 680 area. So Meta is still the top watch for a short. Looks very, very good here. Amazon, not too fond of. Tesla, I like a little bit. Tesla, I like a little bit. Not don't love it, but I do like it. Got this nice little uptrend developing here. We're building right into this massive resistance. If Tesla can get above that 324.50, I do think we could get some nice upside today, especially if the market participates. So set an alert there at 324.50. We could definitely see a nice move on Tesla higher. AMD, obviously it's still just a freight train. Pullback here is the best setup in my opinion, considering we are getting pretty extended. Main levels I'm watching is this 153 for a higher risk bounce, with the main watch being this 148 level. So keep that on watch on AMD, 148 or that 153. Coin, this was a beautiful trade from yesterday's session. Back in play today. Obviously, we're still above that 400 level, so that's going to be the top watch, right? If we can get a pullback today on Coin into this 400, 403 area, this is the top watch for a demand bounce. If we continue trading higher, that's fine as well. We can look for a momentum play continuing into that 440 area. So Coin definitely is the top long watch today as long as we're above that 400 level. Meta would be the top short watch. Apple, still in this range. Nvidia, just a freight train. Couple little other names I wanted to keep on watch here today. We have QS, which is QuantumScape. It's just been an absolute freight train. We have a major level here, as you guys can see. This is a monumental level. This is massive, right? We have this previous support, resistance, resistance, resistance. Here we are again, trading at this same 14 level, which we've rejected and bounced from multiple times since 2022. If we can get above that, there's another 50% move in terms of equity into that 20 plus. We already have momentum here, so this would be more of an equity trade for me, but I definitely want to keep my eye on it today. This chart does look very good since we already have that momentum. Bull, we did pick up this swing, obviously, a while back off that 12 level. We grabbed options and equity, which was right here. This is where we went long. Sold the options for about 100% up here. Still holding equity. My big regret is not entering yesterday. Should have re-entered an option swing. But we're still holding equity here, and honestly, I want to add more, right? That was the confirmation we needed. We got, if you look at this daily chart now, we have now flipped it, right? We had this massive structure here. We held beautiful volume on yesterday's session after that bullish engulfing. This is clean, right? This can really get going. So I want to watch bull today above that 15 level. We can look for one, add to our equity, and two, an options position. I think this can back into 20s, potentially even 30s in the short term. So this is definitely a top watch today above that 15, or even a little pullback into 13. Looks just as good. So definitely a top watch today. Netflix had earnings yesterday's session after hours. Not really much of a big mover here, but there is a big level here at 12:30. So I definitely want to keep an eye on this today's session. If we can get below this 12:30, this nice little flat bottom, I do think Netflix can get some nice downside back into at least 1200, potentially down into these 1180s. So definitely keep that 12:30 on watch today. This could even be valid for a hold, right? I'm not very fond of taking counter trend trades in terms of holds on Netflix because of the way it trades. But if we do get that breakdown, I would be interested in trading it. Microsoft, I mean, this is a self-explanatory trade, right? We got this previous resistance, which is now support. So if we can get that pullback here, 508, 506, that is a beautiful break and retest long opportunity. So definitely keep that on watch today. That's on my top watch along with Coin and Meta. The rest of these names are pretty much just names I have alerts set for. Google, very, very strong here. We got that daily break and retest. I let this one slip through the radar, but it's all good. It's still valid for today. You guys can see we had that beautiful resistance here on Google at 181. Which we just retested yesterday as support. That would have been a great opportunity for a swing, but unfortunately I did miss it. But today it's just as valid. We get the top of the base here being this 184.35, which we are above here pre-market. So off the open, we can watch for that quick retracement into 184 for a long position, or we can look for that momentum trade back into that 188, 192. And that is going to go with my top watches for the day, being coin, top long watch above that 400, Google, top long watch above 184, Microsoft, pullback long 508, 506. And then we have the meta breakdown being a name that's relatively weak. And then obviously we'll keep a side watch on bull if we can get that pullback. Keep a side watch on that silver. I still do want to add into this. This setup is just so beautiful, right? Let me change these colors here so you guys can see. This setup here is just so beautiful, right? You guys can see that was a massive resistance, which we retested as support. Get that beautiful double bottom through yesterday's session. Reclaim that structure. I mean, this is an A+ setup by definition, right? Across the board, this is an A+ swing setup. So I still want to add into it. I don't want to be super quick to let it go. And yeah, that's the game plan with silver there. But yeah, man, that's what I'm watching today. That's what Hannah's watching today. If you guys got any questions for these last few minutes, feel free to ask it. And yeah, man, let's get it. Shout out to Hannah again, man, for hopping on. Maybe we can make this a Friday thing. Long as we're both free.
Yeah, I'm down as long as I'm in town, as long as I have Wi-Fi. I'm always down to do this on Fridays. I had a lot of fun. Thanks you guys for having me. Thanks for having me, Fel. Just really quickly, if you guys like the collab, just drop a comment in the chat.
Yeah, man, we'll make it happen. I didn't really post it much, so this is everybody joining just because of you, pretty much.
That's dope. I'm really excited. I think multiple of these plays we haven't watched today. I think we'll catch something good. So I'll see how much time do we have? We ended kind of early. I'm gonna grab breakfast and then probably I could hop on live with you for a few minutes. So
Okay,
you're
sounds good.
open.
I'm about to do the same thing. I'm about to get breakfast, and I'll start to zoom up again around 9:15. If you want to hop on, you're more than welcome. And yeah, sounds good. It's Friday, Apex. Have a great day. I'll see everybody here in a little bit.
Sounds good. See you guys in a few.
Alrighty, peace.